Black Adam was directed by June Collet-Serra, and it stars Dwayne Johnson as the title character, Black Adam, and this is a spin-off to the 2019 movie Shazam. During 5,000 years, Black Adam has been around, but after those 5,000 years, Black Adam comes back to seek his vengeance, and then now we got the Justice Society who needs to go against him, and now we got our movie. And basically, I've been looking forward to this movie since the announcements, since I heard fans wanted Dwayne Johnson to play the character, and basically, I heard really bad reviews about this movie. I heard really crappy ass reviews about this movie. I said, okay, let me go see the movie for myself and see how I feel about it. I went into this movie and I liked it, but I walked out of there thinking, you know what, for my own opinion, Black Adam, to my opinion, I actually loved this movie. But there were some mixed feelings I had with the movie, though. But is this movie perfect? Is this movie good? No. Like I said, I heard crappy reviews about this movie. But no, I actually, for my opinion, I freaking love this movie. And yeah, Black Adam, to my opinion, is actually an interesting movie to watch. It's a lot of fun. There was some really cool things I like. Now, there'll be some stuff that I like and some stuff I might not like about this movie, but I guess that's it for that. Let's start off with the actors. So next up, let's get into the actors and the characters themselves. So first off, we're going to start off with is Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. So like I said, after 5,000 years, when he comes back to seek his vengeance. Yeah, he comes back to life. He comes back to life to seek his vengeance, and he wants to go against the Justice Society, or the Justice Society wants to go against him because they think he's a threat and a villain. And basically, Black Adam throughout this whole movie, he doesn't give not one single joke in this movie. He's just serious. He has this mad look on his face. He does have the brains and the bronze on him, but mostly the bronze throughout the movie because he does have the same exact powers as Shazam, mostly throughout this movie. But yeah, Dwayne Johnson's basically like playing the character, so he's just serious throughout the movie. But basically with Black Adam, he does have some funny moments in the movie, but without telling one single joke. He's just serious. He has that mad look on his face. Like I said, there it is. Now you see the look on his face. But Dwayne Johnson is really good as Black Adam. A lot of fans really wanted Dwayne Johnson to play Black Adam. Did Dwayne Johnson listen to the fans? Did he listen to the fans in general? Did he respect the wishes that the fans really wanted for the DC Extended Universe? Yes, he did listen to the fans, and he gave what the fans wanted. I mean, with me, I didn't have any issues, but to me, I think he was really good casting. He's a really good casting choice as Black Adam, and I think that's it for Dwayne Johnson as the actual title character. And next up is Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Now, I know his actual character's name is Kent, but I forgot I forgot Kent's last name. I really forgot his last name, though. I just lost a little bit track. I lost a little bit of track of his last name, but all I know his name is Kent. But him as Dr. Fate is really good in this movie. But his power, I really like his power stuff for this movie. But there's some times where he does like make multiple versions of himself. And then recently, when Kent puts on his helmet, his golden helmet, he puts on his actual superhero outfit. But I don't know how you can see out of that thing. When I was looking at Dr. Fate, I'm like, wait, how can you see out of that thing? We don't have, because on the helmet, there's no holes for the eyes, on his helmet, but I'm just saying, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how he can see out of that helmet anyway, I'm just saying. But yeah, with Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate is so great, because I think, to my opinion, he's a really cool choice. He does remind me a little bit like Doctor Strange, but in the DC Extended Universe, he's not like Doctor Strange. He just creates because of Pierce Brosnan, because of Benedict Cumberbatch, he created his own Doctor Strange. But with Pierce Brosnan, he did the same thing with his own character, Dr. Fate. And it's great to see Dr. Fate in the DC Extended Universe. I was like, well, is he going to get his own movie? Is he going to get his own solo movie that takes place before Black Adam? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see in the near future to see if Dr. Fate's going to get his own movie. Obviously, I hope so. Excuse me. So I guess that's it for Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. And next up is Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. Now Hawkman, on the other hand, he does have a golden, like some sort of golden weapon that he uses. Whenever he puts his helmet on, he puts on his actual outfit. You do see his wings coming out of his back whenever he has the outfit on. But yeah, and with Aldous Hodge is really good as Hawkman. He kind of does remind me a little bit like Sam Wilson from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but different. But he's different because he has his wings coming out of his back, not like metal or made out of tech. It's kind of like I don't know, but I think he's really good as his actual character. Aldous Hodge is really good as Hawkman. That's all I'm gonna say for him. And next up is Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher. Now, Atom Smasher, on the other hand, he kind of reminds me a little bit he kind of reminds me of Giant Man and Deadpool all rolled into one. But the thing is, the reason why because he kind of reminds me of Deadpool and Giant Man from the Marvel comics is basically because if you see the mask that he's wearing, he kind of reminds me a little bit like Deadpool. I'm like, yeah, it kind of does remind me of Deadpool, except he's wearing all red. But his mask is basically blue, with Deadpool's eyes, though. But I didn't have any issues with that, but that's something I should have addressed of. But with the actual character itself, he actually shrinks back to his human form, but then he shrinks into like a giant size, kind of like a giant size building. But yeah. But Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher is fantastic in this movie. But there's sometimes so there's some times in the movie where he does there's some times in the movie where he just like breaks the moment. But there was some funny moments that he had, and some funny moments I'm just like, okay, I just didn't take it. But I guess that's it for Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher. And last but not least is Quintessa Swindell as Cyclone. Now, Cyclone's power. Now, for her powers, on the other hand, her power is to create wind, like say a dust of wind. But when you see that dust of wind, or let's say a tornado, for example, it feels like a rainbow dark color, like say blue and green and purple mixed up colors on in her powers. But I really like the fact they gave her powers, which was really cool. And with Quintessa Swindell as Cyclone is so great in this movie. For me, I thought she was really good here. But there were some times in the movie where, we do spend time with her, but there were some times where she doesn't really give that much funny moments in the movie, but there's some times she does. But I guess that's it for Quintessa Swindell as Cyclone. And that's it for the actors and the characters themselves. And I do want to talk about the action in this movie. The action in this movie felt very cool. But there were some times where the movie does feel very brutal. There were some action sequences. There were some times in the movie where it does feel kind of brutal, which I'm like, yeah, it feels rated R-ish. But no, most of the action in this movie is pretty good. The final battle is fine, but there were some scenes in the final battle I like, and some scenes in the final battle I was like, they just need to fix that. But I enjoyed most of the final battle stuff in this movie, and I enjoyed most of the other action stuff in the movie. But like I said, there were some action scenes that felt rated R-ish, which I think they could have added this movie a little bit. I think with there were some scenes in the action scenes in the movie where it felt very rated R, brutal-ish, which they shouldn't put in the movie. Which I didn't have any issues with it, but that's something that needs to be addressed a little bit. But to talk about cinematography, the cinematography stuff I loved about this movie. There was some really cool, interesting cinematography stuff I love about this movie. But this director has really cool cinematography in the movie, but there was some cinematography stuff I'm just like, okay, I'm just not seeing what's going on. Well, I do see what's going on. It's just that some of the cinematography stuff is okay, but there was some cinematography scenes in the movie. It felt very flat, and there were some of them that actually pulled up to me. And I mean, that's really cool for cinematography. And the rest of the other stuff, all they care about throughout this movie, all the stuff throughout this movie, that Black Adam is basically the main character. I was really confused for this movie because, for one, does this movie take place before, during, or after the events of Shazam? To me, I was kind of confused on the other side. I was watching this whole movie thinking, does this movie take place during the first movie, after, or before the first movie? I think to me this takes place before the first movie. I mean, I was really confused here that this movie probably takes place like before the events of the first Shazam movie that came out in 2019. Even though we are gonna get a Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. What really got me thinking about for this movie, that I would like to see Shazam and Black Adam fight and have a little bit face off in the DC Extended Universe. Hopefully, if we do get a Shazam 3 in the near future, I hope we do get a Shazam 3, which I would like to see both Shazam and Black Adam have a face off fight in the movie. Which let's say this third movie is called Shazam versus Black Adam. Let's say that, for example. I think that would be cool for DC Extended Universe fans to love and enjoy, and I think that probably give what the fans wanted, because that was because Shazam and Black Adam actually fought for each other in the DC comics, but hopefully they'll put that in the DC Extended Universe. I think that would be badass. What do you guys think? I think, to me, that would be cool. But I think for the rest of the movie, I guess that's it for the rest of this review for Black Adam, and there's nothing much to say. Like I said, there was some cool stuff I like and some stuff I didn't like, but I guess that's it for the movie of Black Adam, and I think that's about it. So be sure to like, subscribe, press the notification button, follow me on Instagram, comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.